Hi, welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 303. Solar and batteries are no doubt the future of our energy generation, and Tesla has just proven exactly that. And Tesla continues to break record sales numbers in Norway, but now also taking a title away from Volkswagen. And it seems like Tesla is struggling to roll out their Robotaxi service smoothly in Austin. And Elon has shared some insane goals for Tesla's AI chips. And a new patent shows that Tesla is about to make their lithium production about 30% cheaper. And Tesla has officially delivered their first Cybertruck to South Korea. And Tesla has finally got approval to test full self-driving in Sweden. And Waymo has just proven that Tesla's approach with the Cybercab is the right one. All of this and much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
So, solar and batteries are no doubt the future of our energy generation, and Tesla has proven exactly that. Tesla has officially opened the biggest supercharger station in the world, with 168 stalls, of which 84 stalls are now open, and it have 11 megawatt of solar power and 10 Tesla Megapacks as well. And it is all solely powered by the sun and operating off grid. Remember how many people were screaming that the grid can't handle all these supercharger stations. Well, this one, the biggest in the world, is not even on the grid, only powered by sunlight. A very good showcase to the rest of the industry that this is possible with Tesla's hardware and software, as Max also wrote on X. Solar and megapacks are needed to meet electrification and data center demand. This supercharger is evident of that. Our forecast shows that a severe charging infrastructure deficit along the San Francisco-Los Angeles corridor for the 2025 holiday and beyond, creating extreme urgency to bring more superchargers online. Utility grid connection wouldn't arrive in time. Doing nothing and letting customers suffer is not an option for the Tesla charging team. With our own solar generation and megapacks, we have control of our timeline, delivering the needed capacity in under 8 months from construction start. Yes, the largest supercharger in the world is powered by the sun. It's inspiring for the Tesla team that worked on it, inspiring for customers, and what had to be done to ensure dependable travel. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, this is also something many don't get when we are talking about energy generation. Solar is the fastest way of getting a lot of energy generation online, the fastest and cheapest. And doing it like Tesla here, completely off the grid, makes sure there is not any delays from any third parties or partners. Maybe this is exactly what Tesla should start building in Sweden, so they don't get delayed by all the striking energy companies to get their superchargers online, by simply making sure they are not even in the loop and not needed at all. But very cool to see Tesla getting this huge supercharging station online, helping out all EV owners in California, not just Tesla owners. And Tesla continues to break record sales in Norway, and now also taking a title away from Volkswagen. As Roland reported, Tesla sales in Norway surpassed 5,000 today for this quarter. With a watt reduction set to decrease next year, we can expect a huge end-of-the-year rush, which will lead to a record quarter. Due to the increased demand in Norway, other European countries will experience some supply shortage. And just to remind people, as I still have some people asking me why Tesla sales in some countries were down in October when the refreshed Model Y ramp is over. Demand problem? Well, no, I have actually explained this before, as the tariff war in the US has forced Tesla to supply someone like Canada with Model Y from the Berlin factory and not from the US factory. So October is usually an export month for Tesla in general to get their cars out to their delivery centers. But this time around they had less supply for the European market as they had to send a lot of cars to Canada. And you can also see that here in Norway, as the first month in Q3, October, was very small and the haters came out of their caves screaming about demand problem for Tesla in Norway. But then the second month shows that the supply was back to meet the demand and Tesla just had their biggest second month of a quarter ever. But with this huge demand in Norway, Tesla might be pushing some more cars to Norway and leaving other markets with less supply available. But it seems like the demand in Norway is so big that Tesla has even had some Model Ys exported from China to Norway, as Roland also shared. I did not see that coming. But this is not just a record for Tesla in sales in Norway, as Niklas also pointed out on X. Tesla set historic delivery record in Norway, pokes Volkswagen. Tesla is selling well in Norway, and the Tesla Model Y is the car model that tops the new car statistic month after month. Now, Norwegian trade magazine Bilbransje24 can report that Tesla has reached a historic delivery record in the country. With over 500 cars delivered yesterday, the brand now reached 26,641 registered cars in 2025. This means that Tesla has surpassed the previous peak year of 2023 with 1 month left in the year. The result also means that Tesla has broken another long-standing record. According to Norwegian Road Traffic Information Board, a total of 26,572 new Volkswagen were registered in Norway in 2016. This was the highest number for a passenger car brand in a single year for a long time. Tesla result of 26,641 cars thus means that it has surpassed Volkswagen by a good margin and is now the largest car brand historically for a full year in Norway. Nice. Just like Tesla did in 2024 in Denmark, beating all standing records in sales volume with the Model Y. This is just very impressive, but the most impressive thing might just be that we will still have people screaming about demand problem for Tesla. Remember, Elon might have been screaming that full self-driving will be solved this year for 8 years straight, but the haters has been screaming about demand problem for even longer. According to them, Tesla should have been going bankrupt at least 8 times by now. Meanwhile, Tesla just continues to execute. And Tesla is improving the full self-driving software all the time, and the improvements are huge. But it does seem like Tesla is struggling to roll out their Robotaxi service smoothly in Austin. As Joe Tagmeyer wrote, I attempted to take a Robotaxi ride today from multiple different locations and times of day, from 9 a.m. to about 3 p.m. in Austin, but never could do so. I always get a high service demand message. I really hope Tesla is about to get unsupervised and greatly plus up their vehicles fleet, as the service is essentially unusable right now. And Sawyer also wrote, I also heard from a lot of followers who can't get rides or have to wait for a very long time. There aren't nearly enough vehicles in the Robotaxi fleet. But Elon tuned in and wrote the Tesla Robotaxi fleet in Austin should roughly double next month. And we can see that Tesla currently has about 26 Robotaxis in Austin, so doubling that would mean about 60. So that does not sound like a lot when they have opened up the app to everyone. In the Bay Area, Tesla has 97 Robotaxis, but that area is also a lot bigger than Austin. But I personally think this is a mistake from Tesla, opening up to everyone before they had added at least 60 cars to the fleet. This seems like a little backwards to me, but what do I know? Tesla probably has some good reason for it, but from the outside looking in, this does not seem to make a lot of sense. But maybe Tesla thought they would have unsupervised ready ready by now and could have had a lot more cars because they didn't need a lot of safety riders. So maybe that is why they have a bit of a shortage of robotaxis to handle all the demand, but I hope Tesla can add a lot more robotaxis soon so new customers don't end up having bad experience with Tesla's robotaxi service. But maybe Tesla is very close of ditching the safety rider altogether, as Nick wrote on X. In preparation for Tesla removing robotaxi safety riders in Austin, they have implemented a new in-cabin data sharing system. It will give support teams the ability to assist riders without any safety drivers in the front seat. It's happening. So let's hope this will come soon to the robotaxi fleet in Austin. But Green the Only also found some code in the new software update that sounds like this is going to happen soon, as he wrote. 2025.44 brings in a curiously named geofenced region, Bay Unsupervised California DMV. Seems to encompass the entire Bay Area. Sounds very interesting. But while the robotaxi rollout doesn't seem to go as smooth as hoped, the rollout of full self-driving version 14.2 has been very well received. Dylan Loomis from Electrified shared a lot of great stuff in one of his latest videos, but also the concern about the software not always following the navigation, therefore taking some detours, so still room for improvements. But overall, Dylan was very impressed with version 14.2, and the system does improve quite rapidly at the moment. As Brian White from Future Asa also shared, with a version one time older than that, but the improvement he saw was huge, as he wrote. Today I got the first experience on 14.1.7 and wow, I started from the carport and for the first time ever it backed out past my very close hedge through all the leaves, making the ability to see where to go is a bit challenging. Went to the first destination and parked. Amazing. Went to the second destination and not only found the only parking spot on the street, but parked flawlessly. The drive themselves were smooth and well handled, just like they were on version 13. No braking fluttering, no indecision, just normal, non-stress rolling around. Then back to the house, and while it's always known where I live, it was never able to pull into the driveway. The hedge is too close, so it stopped short of the carport. But we are off the road and not blocking the sidewalk. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. But Dakota also shared this video clip, and you have probably heard that Tesla software can't handle bad weather. Well, about that, as Declan wrote here. Sorry, I normally don't record any full self-driving videos, but I am impressed. Yes, this is a very impressive, as there are hardly any visible road, so just a good showcase that Tesla's cars are not just looking for the lines on the road, but looking for drivable space. So this is so cool to see just how much better the system is getting, and this is something every person in the US should try out. And Tesla is now coming out swinging to get more people to experience the full self-driving supervised, because as we know, when people actually try it out, their minds are blown and no other car will be enough. So Tesla has launched a no-brainer marketing campaign for full self-driving that cost exactly $0, as Ming reported on X. Starting tonight in the US, Tesla owners with Hardware 4 who have not purchased full self-driving will receive an email or in-app notification about the free 30-day trial of full self-driving supervised version 14 in North America. Millions of Tesla owners will experience full self-driving for the first time during the end-of-year holiday season. With the impressive performance of version 14, this can help boost the take rate significantly. And we are actually also seeing some movement in Europe about full self-driving supervised, as Tesla is now offering full self-driving supervised ride-alongs in Europe for the first time ever, with Italy, Germany and France to start. Ride along in the passenger seat to experience how it handles real-world traffic and the most stressful part of daily driving, making the road safer for all. A Tesla employee will be in the driver's seat. More countries are coming soon. So that's a pretty cool way of getting people aware of what is coming, as Tesla still can't do full self-driving supervised in Europe without the safety driver in the driver's seat. But this could get some more awareness of just how far along Tesla is on the full self-driving system. But most people here in Europe have no idea what Tesla's cars can do in the US and that they have a Robotaxi service. So Tesla is doing all they can right now to spread the awareness about their full self-driving software. But Elon Musk did just share some insane goals about Tesla's AI chip production. As he wrote on X, most people don't know that Tesla had an advanced AI chip and board engineering team for many years. That team has already designed and developed several million AI chips in our cars and data centers. These chips are what enables Tesla to be the leader in real-world AI. The current version in cars is AI 4. We are close to tapping out AI 5 and are starting work on AI 6. Our goal is to bring a new AI chip design to volume production every 12 months. We expect to build chips at higher volume utility than all other AI chips combined. Read that sentence again, as I'm not kidding. Let's do that. Higher volume utility than all other AI chips combined. Holy shit. These chips will profoundly change the world in positive ways, saving millions of lives due to safer driving and providing advanced medical care to all people via Optimus. Yes, Tesla and Elon Musk are not thinking small when they are looking out in the future. And now chips will be one of the bottlenecks to get to the volume of robotaxis and most of all the volume Tesla wants to build Optimus robots in. As Hawk also tuned in and wrote, not to mention these chips are heavily co-designed with the Tesla AI software team to achieve incredible performance, while also beating by a large margin on performance per watt and performance per dollar. For instance, AI 4 can process and understand 1 million pixels of streaming videos within 1 millisecond. This is only achievable because the software and the hardware are designed together to achieve this performance point. Yes, Tesla is just the most integrated company when it comes to making robots in real life possible. Whatever that being a robot on wheels or robot on legs. And a new patent from Tesla shows that they are about to make their lithium production about 30% cheaper. Tesla has invented a cool new way of getting lithium from spodumene. This new method is described in a patent which was shared on November the 13th, 2025. The invention describes a closed-loop process for extracting lithium from minerals such as spodumene by generating the necessary soda ash on-site rather than purchasing and transporting it. So, very simplified, they are heating up some rocks to make CO2, but instead of letting that CO2 go into the air, they are using it to make a helpful chemical called soda ash right in their factory in Texas. They mix the soda ash with the heated rock to pull out the lithium. They also recycle some of the stuff they used like ammonia and turn waste into something useful like materials for building. This invention is a big win for Tesla. It's like finding a way to make your own ingredients instead of buying them from someone else, which saves money and time. It also helps the environment because they are using the CO2 gas instead of letting it harm the planet. Plus, it makes their Texas factory more independent and could make their cars cheaper to build. Tesla's lithium refinery could see the cost reduction of maybe something like 30% because the method eliminates the need for the final dry step of soda ash, reducing energy consumption, transportation and operational cost at the refinery. So that's very cool, and this will give Tesla a big edge over the competition when it comes to cost. And as we know, this is where Tesla already outshines everyone else, even the Chinese. As we know, BYD, one of the leaders of electric vehicles, but they have been losing money in all of 2025 selling their electric cars. We know other EV startups in the US like Rivian and Lucid are losing between $35,000 per vehicle they sell to Lucid's insane $240,000 they lose per vehicle they sell. Meanwhile, Tesla is earning money on selling their cars, even more money per car than most other legacy automakers do on selling their ICE cars. And now Tesla has found a new way of making their batteries batteries even cheaper, the most expensive part in the car, giving Tesla an even bigger advantage in cost yet again. Like Bradford wrote, everyone else is buying carbon credits to feel good. Tesla actually closed the loop and cutting costs 30% while doing it. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla shorts. Tesla Economics wrote, full self-driving version 14.2 is driving us 1 hour and 30 minutes to our destination with no intervention. While my significant others talk to her sister in Argentina, her grandparents and kids relax in the back watching Netflix as I record the entire drive and upload it to X in real time via my Starlink that's beaming down internet from space. I feel like I'm living in the future. Yes, Elon's companies are making the future very exciting. And Sawyer shared that Mercedes has unveiled final US pricing and range for the new 2026 all-electric CLA 250 Plus. The starting price is about $47,000 for the rear-wheel drive, EPA range 374 miles, or 312 miles for all-wheel trim, so very good, on an 85 kilowatt-hour battery, so not bad. 320 kilowatt peak charging speed, can add 100 miles in 5 minutes, very good. 0 to 60 as low as 4.8 seconds, charging 202 miles in 10 minutes, top speed 130 miles per hour, 800 watt architecture, and of course a lot of displays and speakers, and the all-wheel trim will start at about $50,000. So delivery will start in January 2026 in the US. Now that really seems like both BMW and Mercedes really have raised their EV levels up on their newest EV platform. Very good to see, good specs all around here. The starting price on a German car is of course not the same as the end price when you get all the features that you want, but the specs all looks very good. It's going to be very interesting to see how the software is, as that has really become a deal breaker for many that has tried a true software-defined vehicle. And Tesla shared that the first delivery of the Cybertruck in South Korea has begun, as they wrote on X. On November 27th, the first Cybertruck delivery were completed in Korea. An event filled with excitement for a truly groundbreaking vehicle. Yes, going to be very interesting to see how the Cybertruck will do outside the US, as customers in South Korea do have access to full self-driving superbikes. So the Cybertruck is just a one-of-a-kind engineering marvel. You can't get anything like this from anyone else. And we finally have a breakthrough in Sweden, as Tesla has finally got approval to test full self-driving in Sweden, as Alexander reported. Tesla got their first approval to test full self-driving in urban environment. So that's very exciting to see, that Sweden finally allowing Tesla to test their full self-driving system. So like I said in the last news show, Sweden allowing Waymo to come and test their cars in their cities will eventually also help Tesla to get approval. And now they have. Nice. But even though Sweden has finally approved this, well, that does not mean that the unions have stopped harassing Tesla, as Tesla Sweden faces fresh union blockades at Göteborg paint shop. Trade union IF Metals' latest notice ordered a full work stoppage for all Tesla-related activities. Paint jobs on Tesla's own vehicles, factory warranty repairs, and more are frozen. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me that Tesla and its employees don't want to join the union. So for the union to still be allowed to harass Tesla just seems like a mafia method to me. There should be some kind of law to prevent unions from harassing companies like this just because they don't want to join their stupid unions. Because Tesla has also released this video of how it is actually to work for Tesla.
Som mobile technician, alltså resande tekniker, ut till kunder och lite där och var där det behövs. Det är riktigt kul att kunna göra kunderna nöjda på Tesla. Många är från början redan glada att de får en tekniker som reser ut till dem hemma på plats och fixar bilen på uppfarten. Men sen bara liksom kunna ge en personlig touch på alltihop.
Hockey was my life before, which ended up overnight with an injury. And I had to find myself, and I didn't know how to do it. But Tesla gave me the chance, and that was the best thing ever. If I look at myself 2 years ago, and now it's two different persons. My manager gave me the freedom to grow. He gave me the freedom to be me, be myself. He made me think outside the box. That's what helped me a lot.
Att jobba för ett missionsdrivet företag märks på egentligen från du sätter din fot in i företaget. Du känner det direkt. Det kvittar om du är på marknivå eller på högst uppsatt nivå. Vi alla kämpar för samma sak och alla har lika mycket att säga till om.
But Tesla is now also taking action in Sweden to help their charging stations that the unions are still trying to block to get connected to the grid. As Niklas wrote, Santa Claus is coming to town. Sweden is getting their first mega pack, this one in Löddeköping. Today Santa comes a little earlier than usual to us in Tesla Sweden. On the trailer is a huge battery that will supply a number of new charging stations. When it's ready, we don't know yet. In Sweden there are huge numbers of version 2 that are upgraded to version 4. But the grid provider isn't giving Tesla more power, so Tesla will use megapacks to smooth out and increase charging speed. In how many stations and how fast, I don't know yet, but this is fantastic news for Sweden and all EV drivers. And Andre, the head of Giga Berlin, also wrote on X, I have been driving several hundred miles with full self-driving over the last few days while visiting our US Tesla factories. The maturity of the system is amazing, not one single interruption. Safe, intuitive, fun, in any weather on any road. Time for regulators in Europe to approve it. Yes, indeed. And Neuralink wrote, the 31-year-old Neuralink's first human patient received his initial telepathic implant in January 2025. It thread electrodes into his brain's motor cortex, letting him play chess, stream games and attend classes, starting a business and giving speeches, bringing back purpose after years of despair. Now he plans a second device below the injury, set to relay signals wirelessly to muscle, fulfilling Neuralink's vision echoed by Elon Musk for 18 million people worldwide with spinal cord injuries. This offers real hope of restored movement. Nice. This will be such a game changer for so many people when this becomes a normal thing. Can't wait to see all the people around the world this technology will help. And we have this guy post on X. As soon as they figure out full self-driving for these, I'm heading for the road full time. And as Huck shared a picture of the Robovan and wrote, on it. Nice. And Michael Dawn shared some more stats about legacy automakers' sales in China. This time he was looking at Honda, as that is yet another legacy automaker that has lost about 1 million units in sales in just 5 years in China. Just like we have seen with Volkswagen, GM and Ford as well. And while the legacy automakers are being crushed in China over the last 5 years, Tesla has been rising from less than 150,000 units sold in a year in 2020 to over 650,000 units in 2024. But during those 5 years, we have had only headlines from the mainstream media about Tesla's demand problem in China and how the Chinese competition would crush Tesla. But we can now see, as clear as day, as Tesla is actually the only one standing their ground in China, while the rest of the legacy automakers are being kicked out. And Jan shared, here's confirmation that Tesla making the Cybercab a two-seater was the right call. Waymo's Q3 2025 occupancy data shows 90% of Waymo's Robotaxi trips have 2 or less people. Yes, this is something many people just don't seem to get. Even saying Tesla has made a mistake making the Cybercab for only 2 persons, but failing to understand that this car will serve 90% of all drives, but is made to be the lowest cost EV to be produced. Not just the lowest cost of a Robotaxi, but this will be one of the lowest cost EVs to produce on the planet. But the car can drive itself, and it will be the most efficient EV on the road as well, making it the lowest cost to run by far by any other Robotaxi service provider. I mean, have you seen Waymo's next generation Robotaxi? They have basically gone the opposite route. Having a huge van with all their many spinning sensors is going to be many times more inefficient than Tesla Cybercab. And Waymo is even sitting with all this data, but still want to make a big van as their next generation Robotaxi. Well, good luck with that. And Tesla opens India's first all-in-one Tesla center. So that's very cool to see some more progress in India for Tesla. And before we end off with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my new supporters of this channel. My new YouTube members: Helge Comfort, Nick Campbell, Antonio Ornelas, Paul Robinson, and my new Patreon producer, Stuart Murray, and again, Nick Campbell. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this news show. Thank you. And let's end off with a bit of fun. We see that Tesla's full self-driving software is getting much more accurate at determining what the objects on the streets really are. That is all we have time for in this news show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel, or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheets also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And thank you for watching, and until next time, take care out there and be nice.